Friday here. Welcome to my SnowRunner New Game Plus Harder Mode Fast Track Series. This is episode 15, and today we are in Island Lake yet again. However, just wrapping up some loose ends. There's only two tasks left to do here. I'm sure I will be back to this map for contract reasons. However, yeah, I just wanted to get rid of all the tasks and contests and signal in the mountain, which is kind of a two-part, as you all know, two-part mission. So I am just approaching the broken antenna in the mountains with my little 166, and then I shall carry on with the contest, and then I will follow up with finishing the other part of this particular task. I do believe there is if I remember correctly, you have to deliver a container or two containers, something of that nature. But yeah, we shall find out momentarily as soon as my little speed demon here gets there. All right, there. Alright, just about there. Aha! Okay, we got that out of the way. Show task. Broken antenna. So we can't afford to fix, except start tracking one cargo container. Okay. So now we're going to shut this down. And yeah, I couldn't help myself. Here it is. So most of you will agree that the Zix 605R has been, up until this point, the undisputed king of SnowRunner. Well, this is his boss. I have been driving this Zix, what is it called? I don't even remember. 612H, the Macedon. And I can tell you that I've been comparing apples to apples, and there's only one thing that the Zix 605R can do that this Macedon can't, and that is haul long logs. Other than that, this Macedon 612H has a variety of tires. It can have a low saddle. It can have the Holy Trinity. It is basically a moving truck stop with wheels. It doesn't need to refuel. You can just drive across all four maps. I don't know, I'm just making that up, but it's very fuel efficient. It's got a very powerful. I really hope that they don't nerf or tweak this thing in any way, because in my opinion, the Zix 605R is the king of SnowRunner, and the Zix 612H is the god of SnowRunner. So just as a truck review, I don't think it's even a truck review, but anyway, enough me babbling. Let's get this done. I'm just gonna button up the couple tasks I have left, and I want to use this thing. And the fact that it's got the crane in the back is absolutely awesome, which means you don't have to unhook trailers to manually load them, or you don't have to, yeah, you don't have to unhook any trailers. You can just, before we carry on, and I'm just babbling like an idiot. Okay. Just so I have a... This thing is nuts. If you haven't tried it yet, I know it's a paid DLC, but if you have the ability and the financial means, I highly recommend it. I've been messing about with it for a couple hours. It's a big vehicle. It's very hard to tip. It is awesome on utility. And just hit the throttle and go. That's it. The cab view, when you're doing the first person, it is a little difficult to see where you're going, because the cab is actually split in half. But other than that, I mean, I don't use first person view anywhere because I'm not a fan of it. Never have been, actually, but anyway. Mud? What mud? This thing doesn't care. It's like, whatever, let's go. I don't have time for this. So it does not have a medium logging frame. It does not have a long logging attachment add-on, the frame add-on. You can do short logs with this truck. And that's it as far as, see? I crash into this thing every time and this thing just rolled over it. That's awesome. Yeah, I really, again, I hope they don't mess with this, the devs I meant. They don't mess with this thing. I hope they don't tweak it in any way. Just leave it alone. It is perfect the way it is. And if you so choose, you can actually have different mud tires. It has off-road, all-terrain. It has changed tires. So I'm glad this truck came out. I'm finishing up Michigan here. I got one more map to go, and this truck will definitely be very useful on your... So as you can see, this, yeah, it's just, I mean, what am I supposed to say? I mean, it just goes. It doesn't downshift, it doesn't drop gears. It feels as if it's on the interstate. So, yeah. It's not OP, it's very well balanced, I do have to say. There are challenging parts, like the deep mud. On my way here, I did have to throw it in that what you call it, that little mud field in Smithfield Dam, where the TranStar sits. Yeah, I did have to throw it in low-high in a couple spots for just a brief moment, but other than that, in auto, and the high gear is kind of like low speed, high torque, plow ice on the river, pull tree stumps out of the ground kind of gear. So in most vehicles, the high gear, the truck goes faster. In this particular vehicle, the high gear goes slower. It slows it down. But you can hear the engine revving and the turbo going and whistling and whining and all the rest of it. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So again, if you have the means and you are interested in this thing, definitely get it. I'm sure I would definitely get it. So yeah, we're doing a contest here, and I can probably pull over for a coffee somewhere for a minute and still get gold. Let's just take care of this contest. And you hit L1 in the case of the PlayStation to shift up, and it shifts up every time. Okay, it's not a world record, I get it, but it did that route with absolute ease. So now what I'm gonna do is get this out of the way, and let's just let's see. We have to go over here, so we'll go through the sawmill, hang a right, grab the container, and head that way. Okay, let's do it. I was gonna go that way, but yeah, I had to move all those the Tegas and the Brigadiers from the last episode out of the way for contest reasons. Yeah, I think the whole crane thing in the back is a way better concept. Some modders have done that. For example, the Twice Twin Steer had the crane in the back, the little small crane in the back. Yeah, several. I can't think of them at the top of my head right now, but yeah, it's a way better concept in my opinion. Because again, the whole thing, you don't have to unhook the trailer to load it. You can load the truck and the trailer simultaneously without having to mess about with having to unhook, rehook, restage it. Yeah, it's just a lot more simple. It's a lot simpler. See, just to kind of show you I'm sure all of you have already seen this thing, but yeah, not the greatest view, even if you go up. It is a very massive vehicle, so first person view is definitely going to be a challenge. Make sure you don't run anything off, run into anything on the right hand side, because you can't really see it. But I cannot wait for Iceberg or Bartleby to get a hold of this thing. But in my opinion, it is, you know what, kudos to the devs, really, seriously. I think they did a really, really good job with this. The one thing I kind of, since this is a mud runner, another mud runner truck brought over to SnowRunner, the fire tank add-on that it has, it was actually its fuel tank in Mud Runner. If you guys haven't, you know, if you haven't seen that, whoa, I know. See? Normally, I'd probably be flipped over by now. But here, yeah, the fire tank is the unique add-on that it has. But in Mud Runner, it was the fuel tank. And the fuel tank is just a copy and paste of the normal fuel tank frame add-on from any other vehicle, which is kind of smallish. essentially what I'm trying to say is it doesn't really look right. But, you know, details. It's definitely got a better turning radius than the Tega B. You would think that when you're turning the wheels left to right and right to left, that the steering would be slow. It's not. But it is kind of sort of like the Tatran. I mean, you can change this in the settings, but I haven't. It's standard. What I'm trying to say is that when you're making a right or left turn, you have to steer and counter steer. So the wheels don't, well, they do automatically go back to straight, but it is a little slowish to do this. See, I'm turning, and they're just staying there. Versus like the Tega B, they would automatically straighten themselves within a second, which is fine. I don't mind. All right, cargo. So which way are we going? Well, let's first activate this. Where are we? I'll just keep going. I don't want to backtrack. Go this way. Maybe we'll free the Azov-6 from its little tree stump incident from 2 episodes ago. Yeah, too bad this thing can't do long logs. That would have been fantastic. But I get why they did that. You know, if they put the long logs attachment frame add-on, then you wouldn't really need any other truck, in my opinion. I mean, unless you go to Kola Peninsula and you have to weave in and out in between trees and what have you, but it is clearly, as you can see, a very wide vehicle. This thing's huge. Yeah, you tap L1 to upshift and it just goes. So yes. Ooh. What a hit. Yes, it does have a chin, like the Azov-7. But I have noticed that it does not have a tendency to catch on things. So I don't know how the devs resolved that part of it, but yeah, it just shreds through this stuff like it's not even there. Yeah, whatever. Cool. So I don't mind paying what is it? $4.21 including tax. Whoa, hey now. We don't want to be crashing into power lines here. We just fixed them. Yeah, I don't mind paying for this vehicle. I think it's definitely worth it. So let's see how the high gear does. See? It kind of slows it down. And you can hear the engine and the turbo winding up. for a vanilla DLC truck, yeah, I have to say I'm very impressed. I don't remember exactly, but I think in MudRunner, maybe it's just the graphics or the way, you know, it was set up, but in MudRunner it looked bigger than this. But then again, so did the Zix 605R. It just stays in 6th gear going up the hill, loaded. Yeah, granted the container's not that heavy, but let's see how it does here in that little puddle on the way. Oh yeah, it's got the, as they have been referred to, Zix tires, and the same tires that are on the Tatron. I believe I saw in a video. Oh, it dropped down to first. I think that's the first time. It has a 3.5 mud rating. But the mud rating on the Tatron has the exact same tires, but they're coated differently. So they're now on the both Zixes and the Tatron. Yeah, the fact that it's got a low saddle is also pretty cool. I haven't messed around with it yet to see what else you can put on here other than the low saddle. I mean, initially when you just install that little crane, it kind of sits in between the axles. If you put a flatbed or sideboard bed or anything like that, it automatically repositions it to the back, and it also has a 3-slot unique sideboard, but then you can't attach any trailers. All right, and it looks like ET. All right. And that, ladies and gentlemen, damn, I can't even talk. The task in Island Lake is now complete. So now all I have left is just the logging and the few contracts that are left. So I am going back to work tomorrow, so I won't be able to do multiple videos in 1 week, but anyway, enough of me babbling. So just again to kind of wrap this up, this truck is off the hook. It is just sick. Definitely get it for sure. So this was episode 15 of my New Game Plus fast track series, and we're definitely going to be fast tracking in this thing, I can tell. Have a good night. Until next time, have a great week and a great holiday weekend. Take care. Bye bye.